Hi, and welcome to the Red Sauce Podcast with Papa Joe. This is your host, Papa Joe. I'm Il Capo Vinaio Emerito of Papa Joe's Wine Cellar. I'm here with my daughters, Katie.
Hello.
Katie is the new La Capovinaya at Papa Joe's Wine Cellar, as well as the Frullatore Magnifica per Vino.
The
You got
blender?
that?
The blender?
Blender Magnifico.
The magnificent blender.
Magnificent blender of
The
wines.
blender bitch.
And she got
Yeah.
that name because of the Polentoni, which is just fucking awesome.
Yep.
She's also a student of Italian culture and language,
And now winemaking.
and now winemaking. She's in the Cornell course in
Yep.
wine. What is it? Winemaking.
It's a winemaking course through eCornell. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a certificate course.
and my daughter Beth.
What's up, y'all? Hail to Pitt.
She's an afterthought.
She's our consigliere. She's cook turned financial advisor. Is it, or is it an
Financial planner still.
financial planner still?
I will be an advisor. Gotta pass
With,
some tests.
What's the name of that place?
What's that place called? Silver Oak Financial.
Silver Oak Financial.
Tell your friends.
And she's still selling wine for us, and she's still helping us make wine. So anyway, this is it. Today, what are we doing, Katie?
All right. Today we are doing Katie's Costco find wines around the world in wines. This is part 3. We're doing days 13 through 18. And we're going to start with this Right Hook Cabernet Sauvignon. And this is a Bulgarian wine.
Next year, I'm going to get one of these
Okay.
boxes, and I'm going to see how fast I can drink the whole thing in order.
You want to do the honors?
Can we make a podcast about that?
Oh my God, yes.
Just see how much wine I can drink.
Can our special guest be Sam Willing?
Sure.
Sam Vanderhoof?
Sure.
What? So we're going to do the whole thing on
The whole
on-
box, and I'm going to drink it all.
Okay.
Kind of like that time you, how old were you when you bet Dad that Tony could finish a case of beer in a weekend?
I was, well, I need to protect ages here. I was 11.
You were 11, but he was an adult.
No, he was 21.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Tony, my brother, when he was at Pitt, he came, he used to come every weekend and, we'd just hang out and whatever. And so one weekend it was the Super Bowl, and I bet my dad that Tony would drink an entire case of beer in the whole weekend. So every
you bet
time
him how much?
$2.
$2. And how much did
That
that case?
that ruined the story because I didn't tell the rest of it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's funnier that Tony didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
So every time he finished a beer, I'd bring him another one immediately. So it was Sunday night, Super Bowl was over. There was 2 beers left in the fridge, and I was like, "You want another one?" He's like, "No, I'm good. I need to go home and go back to sleep." My dad was going to take him back to school, and I was like, "Come on, have another one." And he's like, finally, he goes, "What the hell's going on?" And I said, "Oh, nothing." He's like, "No, seriously." And I was like, "I bet Dad that you would finish a whole case of beer." And he goes, "Well, how many are left?" I said, 2. He's like, "Well, you want me to do it? How much did you bet him?" And I'm like, $2. And he's like, "Oh, what the hell? I'm going back to school." I think he did finish them though.
And
for
how
me.
much did that case of Yingling cost?
Probably 20 at the time.
Doesn't
Probably,
matter.
yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, to tell you a little bit about Tony, both Beth and I thought he had a drinking problem. I thought he was drinking too much, and Beth
Oh.
didn't think he drank enough.
Okay. I was
That's
like,
like, I
wait a
never
second.
said
So
that.
anyways, we did a bet so that she made him drink enough. Did he drink enough that weekend?
No.
Not quite. Huh?
No, he didn't finish the case.
No, I think he ended up finishing
Oh,
it
did
for
he?
me.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask him.
But I mean, I think he thought it was probably a substantial bet, like $20 at least.
You would think. You would think you would have been a little smarter than to bet $2.
We were 11.
It was 11.
Yeah. All right. So the Right Hook Cabernet Sauvignon from Bulgaria. All right. So the description from the Around the World in Wines website says this is a Cabernet that turns heads. A sip of Right Hook is enough to interrupt you mid-sentence and make you focus on it. Made from 100% Cabernet Sauvignon, this Bulgarian wine knows how to turn heads. Cabernet is a grape that commands attention with its big, bold flavors, and Right Hook doesn't hold back on its notes.
That's really fucking good.
For a Bulgarian, like, you're surprised, aren't you?
Not for a Bulgarian.
No,
it's
but
good.
I mean, you're surprised because we don't usually do like Eastern European wines.
No, I'm not surprised.
You're not?
No, it's really fucking good. Just being honest.
I'm a little surprised because I'll admit I don't know. Oh, there goes Dad's head.
Oh shit.
You're right.
You like it?
it is excellent.
So
It does make me
Excellent.
stop mid-sentence and focus on it.
Yeah, it's good.
yeah, which for a family full of people with ADHD, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
No, this is a little surprising to me because admittedly, I don't know what the climate's like there,
Yeah.
but I would imagine Eastern Europe is not going to be the Napa Valley climate or the Southern Italian climate. Like,
It's probably more of like
a
the,
French, German.
or maybe even the Virginia climate, maybe even
Okay.
a little warmer than France, possibly.
Okay,
Where is Bulgaria?
Eastern Europe.
Is it over by that continent, Russia?
It's over by that continent, Russia. Yep.
We were playing trivia a couple weeks ago, and I had to list all of the continents in alphabetical order. And I said,
No, you did
I
not.
said Russia.
No, you did
Yeah,
not.
I said
That
Russia.
thing.
I forgot Antarctica.
Well, you know what they do in
It was
some
pretty
of these-
impressive, though. I mean, I got the rest of them in alphabetical order.
Okay.
The what they do in these climates that are a little bit cooler, and I was surprised about this. I just actually learned this in the Italian wine book.
The one we're listening to on audiobook.
Yeah, but anyway, what they do is some of these reds they don't harvest until late October. Some as late as December.
Interesting.
So basically, what's happening, I think, what they can do that we probably have a hard time doing up in New York and Pennsylvania and the Great Lakes, is if they keep them on the vine too long up there,
They freeze.
they'll freeze. And it must be that their falls are milder there,
Okay.
and they're not going to freeze, and they can keep them on the vine longer because they have a shorter growing season than Napa.
Right. Okay.
Word.
Yeah.
So what are you guys tasting in this one?
Oh, I forgot to do that part because it's so fucking good. I taste some of the cheese I just ate.
There's leather in here.
Wood spice, but yeah,
Okay.
like
Wood
it's
spice?
wood spice. Yeah, so it's like
Interesting.
it's an earthy. Yeah, it's comparable. It says the finish is soft cocoa and wood spice.
Got some plum in there.
Yeah, plum and black fruit, I think.
So this is saying blueberry, blackberry, currant, which currant and plum are very, very similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very,
I can
very
deal with
similar.
that.
Okay. So let's see. In the next category, it says Bulgaria. If you know, you know. If you haven't heard, let those in your closest circle know. Bulgaria is the next wine region to watch. Not exactly up and coming. Winemakers here have been spinning juice from vines since 4000 BCE. Bulgarian wine even made a cameo in Homer's The Iliad and the Odyssey.
Does it say how many friends I have to let know?
All of them.
Should I get working?
All of them. Start texting them
Start
right
texting
now.
them?
Right now. That's quite the track record. But Bulgarian wine culture takes those who speak don't know approach to their masterful wines, remaining humble, quietly confident, and seriously delicious. The perfect food and wine pairing is an art, a true achievement, and a sensory experience you'll never forget. You can get it right with Right Hook by pairing it with roasted meat and protein-forward vegetarian dishes. Try meatloaf, brisket, or mushroom wild rice.
Yeah.
Or what was the last one?
A mushroom wild rice. So Vivino has this, surprisingly, it has a lot of ratings. It has almost 2,100 ratings, but they only have it at 3.3 stars. I would have assumed with a wine this good, it being a Cabernet, it would be higher. But again, everyone's taste is so different.
Well, and they're the Pinot Noir people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want a Pinot Noir, this is not for you. This is
You're right. You're absolutely right.
This is a bold wine.
This is
And,
a very-
I mean,
this
a bold, very smooth, but it's a bold wine.
And the
It's too
color
good
is
for
beautiful.
people that like Pinot
Yeah.
Noir.
What's that?
You're right.
Said it's too good for people that like Pinot Noir.
No, you're absolutely
It
right.
is. We think so. Anyway.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
If you haven't
Derek
figured it
Jeter
out
would
yet,
hate this.
We are not quite Pinot Noir people.
No, we are not.
Derek Jeter would hate this wine.
Well, and here's the thing: like when I started out drinking, wines that we didn't make, like
Yeah.
really getting into it in college, my favorite was Montepulciano, which would be more comparable to a Pinot Noir than it would be to a Zinfandel or an Alianico or a Tannat.
Yeah.
But now I still enjoy Montepulciano, but my go-tos are the bigger,
Yeah.
bolder, earthier.
But the Pinot Noir is then again
Pinot Noir is still
significantly
lighter,
than
still
the,
lighter than a Montepulciano. It's a spectrum. I mean, it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
But like there,
I would call it a glorified rosé, but that's opinion. That's not fact, because there are some Pinot Noirs that are great wine for people that like that wine.
That's fair. You guys want to move on to wine number 2?
But Papa Joe's will never make it.
No, we will not.
I've met Pinot Noirs that I've liked.
I have said, though, if people do like Pinot Noir, our most recent Vino de Tavola would be up their alley because it is lighter than it typically was.
Yeah, it's lighter than we wanted, actually.
Yeah, which is why we're going to take out the Cabernet Franc, which I still don't understand.
Wait, are you saying
Cabernet
just
Franc
color-wise?
and body.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say it shouldn't just matter just based on the color.
It does not.
Okay.
No. But what I'm saying is, in terms of body, I don't know what, like, Cabernet Franc is typically not that light, but
It's a little lighter than the
Sangiovese.
and significantly lighter than the Cab Sauv.
Yeah, but how much? What was the percentage? We didn't add all that much.
You know what? It wasn't only that; it had to be the year too.
Well, and that's a big thing. Growing year is huge because we had one Montepulciano that turned out almost as light as a Pinot Noir.
Yeah,
and I did not like that year at all.
No, and we've had other Montepulcianos that were just incredible.
What are you doing over there?
Can I help you?
I don't know. You have a very suspicious look on your face.
Nope, I'm just sitting here.
Okay.
This is the end. There's nothing left in that bottle.
Oh, okay. I got you. Somebody's taking that bottle home. Anyway,
I like that a lot.
But you know the difference between a Pinot Noir and maybe a Tyrol de Go or something like that. The Tyrol de Go has like a hint of anise.
Tyrol de Go is heavier though.
And Pinot Noir has a hint of anise.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Spelled a little bit differently.
All right, hand me the next
No,
one.
it's spelled
What's
the same.
next?
Oh no, that's right.
The
It
next one
spelled
is the one
differently.
in that chilling glass.
Can you
back
reach
there.
that without getting up? I can get up.
I'll get up. I'll reach it. Which one?
It's the first one being chilled on the far left. Yeah.
It's a red bean chilled, huh?
No, it's a white.
Oh, it's a dark bottle. Okay.
Yeah, it's a dark bottle. Here, Bethy.
Don't mind me. I think I need cataract surgery.
Okay, so this is. I am not good with Portuguese. How do you say this? Dad?
Rinkin Continental.
Is that Sue? C E U. Cheu de Norte. De Norte.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a white blend
You're
from
a
Portugal.
Cheu de Norte.
Thank you. Well, I'm not going to say that yet because if the wine sucks, I'm going to be insulted. But only if it sucks.
And don't quote me on the pronunciation, because Portuguese, Italian, and Spanish are similar languages, but Portuguese is just...
It's something
It's
totally
the same
different.
but different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they got a different
Those
word for everything.
Portuguese, they have a different word for everything.
I know. Wow.
It's amazing.
Hey, Beth, can you adjust my headphones a little bit? The cord just cut out again.
Here.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make you... That's perfect. I didn't mean to make you do that while you were opening the wine.
Yeah, you did.
Of course. All right. So the Cheu de Norte is a blend of native Portuguese grapes, and each sip brings you a dose of salty air and sunshine. There are so many different kinds of grapes throughout Portugal that they're often planted, picked, and fermented in what is called a field blend. This is an old world traditional style of winemaking that lets the vineyard do all the best taking. This is a refreshing, crisp, dry, and it is refreshing, crisp, dry, and fruity as the beach day is long. And then I'll let you guys come up with aromas because I can't do that because I can see what they are.
Sweet. Which means I should be the one that's doing this, and you should be the one that's...
Well, the thing
Probably, but I have a better podcast voice, so when
Yeah.
I'm reading stuff, it just sounds nice.
The thing about Portugal, from a wine perspective, it's a lot like southern Italy.
Yeah.
Not only the climate, but
The Iberian Peninsula as a whole has that great climate.
yeah, but it's not only that, but it's because in the 20th century, the Portuguese and the southern Italians, they were doing bulk grapes
Oh yeah,
for big what do you call them?
like merchants
Yeah,
Yeah.
big.
trade.
What do they call the things where they go together? They're not
Blends?
communes, something like a commune.
No, commune's a fairly accurate word.
But anyway, so their wines were not good, because they were just
blending everything.
they were planting it a lot, and they were going for big yields because they were selling them.
Right.
So in the late 20th century, the Southern Italians and the Portuguese, probably the Southern Italians a little bit before the Portuguese,
Yeah.
started to go back to their native grapes, go back to their tradition, and making wines, individually, artisan, whatever you want to call it, like we do.
Single varietal.
Yeah, where we and even the blends.
Well,
were,
yeah.
Even the blends were done right.
Right.
Basically, so their quality's gotten a lot better. And actually, the quality, I'm sure, is up with anybody's, both Portuguese and Southern Italy's. But it takes the wine snobs a century or so to figure that out.
Yeah.
Fucking wine snobs.
I think it tastes like apples.
So, well, first of all, my first impression is that the aroma is not very strong.
It's very.
It's kind of florally.
It is, but there's not a very, very strong scent. To
No.
this.
Floral and maybe a little sour apple, you think, in the
Let's see. You both said apple.
I definitely taste
But
apple.
it's sour apple, I think.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So it's probably high acid.
You guys want the answer? So it's lemon and lime,
Well, that's the
grapefruit,
sour.
grapefruit, and stone fruit, which would be like a peach.
Okay.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Why do they just get to tell me what I taste?
They don't.
They don't.
That's the thing about
Well, you know what
tasting.
I mean? Because it's not like there's that's what's in it.
No, but I can
No.
see how like that combination of stone fruit and the lime, like the citrusy, that together would be an appley taste to me.
I guess. I just don't like when people tell me what I think. Not
Yeah,
you.
see, now even the taste, I get a lot of sour apple.
I do too. But,
But
you know what? These descriptions are up to the winemaker.
I think it tastes like an apple.
And you
I
know
agree.
what? Basically,
Like a Granny Smith.
basically, there are a lot of the same chemicals in all the fruits.
I don't
and
think
Right.
it's that
and
sour, though.
where some people will pick up more of one chemical, other people will pick up the other. Kind of like those of us that cilantro tastes like soap to.
Or in the instance of your grandson Isaac, pepper is too spicy. Black pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's subjective.
Mom's
it
like
is.
that too.
Yeah, I know. That's what's funny.
Well, they're white.
That's
They're
exactly
extremely
that's
white.
exactly what Matt said to me about his own son. I looked
Yeah.
at Matt when Isaac said to me, "Pepper's too spicy." I looked at Matt. He goes, "What do you expect? He's white." I was like, "Yeah."
Isaac, especially when he was a baby, Isaac was the whitest kid you'll ever see.
He was like see-through.
And it was so funny because he was
Opaque, is that the right word?
opaque. Yeah,
He
and
was-
he was born in Hawaii, and
He was as white as the fish that saved Pittsburgh.
yeah. That's a
He
fair.
really
That's a
is,
fair. But he was super blonde. The blondest. That's
Yeah.
the blondest child I've ever seen
Yeah,
in my
he
life.
is. He was.
He's so
We'll see if
cute.
KJ Marshall gets a Aiden Fish moment tonight. That would
Grandma
be great.
Ida thought he was like the cutest kid of the bunch.
He is the cutest.
Is he?
Who?
Well, not okay. They're all cute in their own ways,
Yeah.
but like that was an adorable freaking kid.
Who?
Yeah, he
Isaac.
was. Isaac. Yeah, Grandma Ida thought he was the cutest.
Because
of the bunch.
he was so fair, but he had the blondest hair and the brightest blue eyes. Like he was freaking adorable.
I still
That-
say Jimmy was the cutest newborn baby I ever saw.
Oh yeah.
I
'cause he
never
was-
think newborn babies are cute. Jimmy was actually cute.
Well, he had the chunky face.
I don't know what it was, but he was actually a cute baby.
No offense, Zach. Zach, our producer, is here today. No offense, Zach. You were a funky looking baby. You were very small and like scrawny and a little jaundiced.
But that's what I'm saying, Katie. 99.9% of kids I think are funny looking when they're born,
Oh,
And look,
except me.
and look
newborns
at
are
him
not
now.
cute.
Now
Me
he's
and
a
Jimmy
fucking
were the only
stud.
cute ones.
You
newborns
just
are
said,
not
right?
cute. Beth, how can you say that when you and me looked exactly alike when we were born?
Nah,
Mom and Dad can't even tell our baby
it
pictures
was like a
apart.
95-year-old lady.
You did. You did. Mom and Dad can't tell our baby pictures apart. Mom comes to me and says, "Is this you or is this Beth?" Because I apparently can tell. I'm not sure why, but I can. Anyway,
Might be that timestamp.
Hey,
on the
you know
bottom.
you.
I know me. That and I'm really good at facial features. Like when I see somebody on TV that I've seen in one thing, like I'll be watching a movie and I'll be like, I've seen them in something before. It can be a random ass episode of Law and Order that they've been in once for like 20 minutes, and I've recognized them.
I saw a meme about you the other day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it said when you're that person that figures out that the person that was like a barista on Law and Order also had one line in Seinfeld.
That is me.
And
I
then
thought
you
were-
Google both of them and you find out it's the same person.
I thought you were
think you're
gonna
the
say-
smartest person ever.
I thought you were gonna say how I always know who did it and had to stop yelling it as soon as they came on the screen. I'm like, They did it. And you used to get so mad at me because I was right every single time.
So did you have to Google the attorney to find out he was Mocha Joe?
No.
Okay.
I knew it.
Yeah.
You got to watch Curb, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know how many times I can tell you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this,
I think it's funnier than Seinfeld, I think.
Oh, I think so.
I think
Yeah.
so too.
I think that.
Yeah.
Seinfeld's great. Seinfeld's a classic, but
Although-
Curb is...
Although the plots are all the same as Seinfeld.
I know, but I think it's funnier
Yeah.
because they can say anything that they want.
That's
Well,
true.
Because
it's-
it's like Seinfeld on
It's an
HBO.
HBO show. Yeah.
Yeah.
HBO has which
It's
is
like-
funny because
it's like fucking Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Okay.
which is really funny though because we are in such a politically correct and PC, era that you would think a lot of this stuff wouldn't fly.
Mm-hmm.
But they can still get Larry David can still get away with it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. The new episodes are like current events. It's so funny.
Oh, yeah. Anyway,
Because
so
he's got the lesbian Kavorka like me.
well, we know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lesbians love you.
I know. And Larry David, they love him too.
There you go.
And we're both bald. Look.
Look at that. All right.
Rest
so,
in peace, Richard Lewis.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Richard Lewis.
So the dishes this would pair best with would be like cream-based dishes like fettuccine Alfredo. It says a broccoli casserole, or you could have it with like fish tacos, or a bag of chips with French onion dip.
Casseroles freak me out.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know why.
Sometimes I eat them like depending on what's in them, but like some of them are really weird. Like when you have a taco casserole, like that is not meant to
Just
be.
don't know-
That is not meant to be a dish.
I feel like the things that they make into casseroles just like don't go for me. Like broccoli and cheese. Like,
What about like a broccoli cheese soup?
I don't.
No.
Broccoli's one of those things that I just will eat it plain or like steamed, and that's like it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Sorry, that doesn't.
Anyway.
Nobody gives a fuck.
We are all huge fans of Lay's chips with hell of a good French onion dip. Would this be your pairing? That's what it says.
With
That
this,
would work.
Yeah, it says.
specifically hell of a good.
Well, it says French onion dip, and there is no other French
Yeah.
onion.
Yeah,
dip.
no, I was just wondering if that's
Yeah,
what
there
they.
is no other French onion
I
dip.
had to
other
eat
than
not
hell of a
Heinz
good.
ketchup last night. I was a little pissed off.
Where?
At a bar.
In Pittsburgh?
No, in Hermitage.
Oh. Was it which side of the line though? PA or
No, it's still in PA.
if it's still in PA, that's a fucking sin.
Yeah, I won't name names because we met the owner. He's a very nice guy. The food was good.
Yeah, the food was good.
Just the ketchup sucked.
Well,
What was it? Hunt's?
No, it was that other one.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know.
I love how you say that, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I cannot
I
think
don't
of the
know.
name, but I know
The
exactly
label's
what you're
real
talking
fruity looking.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you guys want to move on to wine number 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I just put more of this in my glass because I thought we were still talking about it and I didn't want to forget what it
Are we
tastes
going
like.
in order here? So
Yeah, it's the Azamato Montepulciano d'Abruzzo.
Anzimato.
Azamato.
Nice.
Azimoto?
Now you're just blending Italian and Japanese. That's an interesting fusion you got going on there.
Arigato.
In this age and age.
Konnichiwa.
It all
Namaste the fucking bed.
No, that's my line.
No, I just said it.
No, I know, but what
I
I'm
don't think
saying
I've
is
ever heard you say namaste the fucking bed.
no, but like if anyone is that embodiment, it's me.
Oh, yeah. I
'Cause
didn't
I'm-
come up with that
I'm-
or anything, but
I'm the fucking house cat, according to Gina. Happy birthday, Gina!
happy birthday, Gina.
Happy birthday, Gina.
She's
The day we're
21 again.
The day we're recording this, it's my sister-in-law Gina's birthday.
Look, Gina. Look.
We're having a birthday party for you.
Not a fucking picnic. Not a fucking picnic. That's all
We're
I
having a
can say.
birthday party.
Oh, birthday party wine tasting. Sorry we didn't invite you.
Whoops.
All right, so this is the Azamato Montepulciano d'Abruzzo. And if you don't know, Montepulciano
Papa Joe's.
d'Abruzzo
Oh,
is DOC of Italy. Meet your new everyday red.
Oh, yeah.
Like that jean jacket that goes with everything. Azamato is poised to be your new sidekick in wine. Consider this one less thing you need to think about. And at the end of the day, don't think twice about drinking in the bouquet of... I'm going to skip that for now.
Yeah, good job.
I'm very good at doing that. Azamato is made from an Italian grape called Montepulciano, a grape that has taken southern Italy by storm. Montepulciano is among the finest grapes in the world and is well documented throughout ancient history. Perhaps it's the easygoing nature of this fruity, peppery grape, or perhaps it's how seamlessly it pairs with complex meals that makes it such an easy choice. Salute.
Is all Montepulciano from Abruzzi?
No, well, yes. The real stuff is.
Because this says the good life can still be found in Italy's Abruzzo region, where things are done slowly and methodically with an eye to the future, but feet firmly planted in the past. This culture and tradition are transmitted to every bottle of the region's prized Montepulciano wine.
Yeah,
So-
they make it in. They grow it in Puglia. They grow it in Campania, throughout the south.
They do, but yes.
It's not to be confused with the fake Montepulciano,
Which is Sangiovese.
Montalcino di Montepulciano, which is
Yes.
a northern grape from Tuscany,
Yes.
and it's a Sangiovese grape. And it's
That's really good.
It is very good.
It's good, but it's not the real Montepulciano.
And that one is named after the village.
Yeah, this has
not
a
the
nice
grape.
color to it.
It has a
first of
beautiful
all.
color.
And I smell the pepper.
Abruzzo is the home of Montepulciano, one of Italy's quintessential grapes, and one that every lover of Italian wine knows well. Incredible mountains offer endless slopes for winemakers to grow their grapevines, and Montepulciano is able to make an array of styles. Some are complex, and some are meant for easy weekdays, like Azamato. One thing for sure, Abruzzo is having its moment.
It's also the original home of Tony and Rose Torino.
It sure is.
Yep.
It is.
Salute, Tony Rose.
Salute. Good
Good
family
people.
friends. Yep.
Oh, yeah, Centani.
Tony painted your last house for you
Yep.
and our restaurant.
Yep.
I helped them make sausage one time, and me and Tony
They're
drank
good
an entire
friends.
bottle of wine at 9 a.m.
And we won't hold that they're Dave's in-laws against them.
Yeah, that's right.
Dave is
But they're-
Dad's best friend, although he won't admit it.
But they're good people.
Yeah. Okay, so in this wine, what are you guys tasting?
Montepulciano.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I mean, it's gonna have your.
Don't tell me.
I already gave one of them away.
This is a very good one.
This is a very good Montepulciano.
Yeah.
It's got some pepper.
That's
Is that the
there.
one you already said?
That is the one I already said, but you didn't-
Montepulciano is always
yes,
peppery.
And like-
Exactly.
And like all Southern Italian wines, plum.
Yeah. That's not one of the ones listed, but I know that's one of their yeah.
Yeah.
I got blackberry for sure.
Okay.
So the ones they're
Or
listing,
black fruit.
Yeah. The black fruit is definitely one that we've always picked up on in Montepulciano. They didn't list it. They only listed 3 things. They listed ripe cherries and strawberries.
Okay. How about cocoa? Chocolate.
They're not listing it again.
No?
But most of the Montepulcianos
Yeah.
do have a hint of chocolate in
Hint, yeah.
That's how it
see,
finishes for
it
me.
is.
It's like peppery
them.
chocolate.
I just don't get the red fruits out of this. But again, it's just
See, when they say cherry, I'm thinking more of like a black cherry.
No, I could
Okay,
get cherry.
I'm getting black cherry, but
Okay,
that's my
That's black fruit.
yeah. That's exactly why I said I think you're more in line with
okay.
that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more black cherry because there is a difference between the two, but yeah, that's
I
my
can get down with it.
Yeah.
Watch the magic happen by trying some of our favorites with Azamato, like chicken tikka masala, lasagna, lamb kebabs, or beef tacos.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah. When we always recommended it, we always said, a hearty macaroni like our baked macaroni, or
I love beef tacos.
I do too.
Cool.
But you like ground beef and not steak.
I mean,
You
I like steak tacos,
but ground beef is like your favorite.
yeah.
And you like white people tacos.
Let me put it this
better
way.
than, like,
Because I eat my steak rare.
yeah.
I don't want to put a rare steak in a taco because that takes away from the steak.
Yeah, you're right. It feels like it's a waste of steak.
Yeah, that's why I eat
Yeah.
beef tacos instead.
No, that makes sense.
I would drink this with a Chinese orange chicken too.
Oh, that's a good point. Or
You know,
my
'cause the orange chicken
or
has
my General Tso's.
has the red chilies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's got the little sweet orange flavor.
Yep.
and
It's like
da-
a little bit of
it's
sweet, a
dark
little
sauce,
bit of like
yeah,
spicy to it. Yeah.
with some significant amount of
You make a
soy.
damn good orange chicken.
Thank you.
A significant amount of soy. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So I'm the same way. I can't use that's one of those things where like my moderation, like my food and moderation thing goes out the window.
Yeah.
I use a shitload of soy sauce when I make something. I don't know why.
Well,
like
that's pretty neutral stuff.
it is, but it's salty as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
But I like salt.
Joe makes
Actually-
fun of me because every time we go to House of Chen, I get General Tso's chicken.
Yeah.
He's like, "Do you get that every time?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but that's when I say I want to go to Chen's is when I want General Tso's chicken."
Well,
Well, I quit putting salt in fried rice.
Yeah, I don't put salt in
you
fried
don't
rice.
have to because
I
of
know,
the, because
because
of
I
the
always
soy
used to
sauce.
salt it first, and I put the soy sauce in. I tasted it; it was good, but it was too salty.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's saying something when one of us says it's too salty.
Oh, I know.
Because like we take after Grandpa had his own damn salt shaker that he drilled extra holes in.
Yeah,
And I remember one time I went to grab it and he's like, honey, I don't know if you want that. I was like, yeah, I do, Grandpa. And he saw me salt it and he goes, oh, wow, you're even worse than me. Because I just kept going.
Yeah.
Beth, are you letting everybody know about that first
Hell
wine?
yeah.
I knew it.
He loved all the good shit, salt, fat,
And he had a good long life.
and sauce.
Genetics, that's the biggest thing.
The main food groups.
Well, genetics is the biggest thing.
Yeah, it is a big thing.
Like you can be as healthy as you want to be,
Yeah.
but genetics is the overpowering thing.
Well, when he was about 80, he had his aortic valve repaired, and he was in the hospital for a few days with it. And they tried to put him on a low-fat, low-salt diet.
Oh, Jesus.
And
That
he
didn't happen.
bitched, and they called the doctor. The doctor said, give him what the hell he wants.
He's old. Let him do what he wants.
He was 80 years old. He didn't have any coronary disease.
Well, that's the thing with like Grandpa Amsler. Mom's dad is 93,
Yeah.
and the man isn't on a single medication,
Yep.
and he eats a meat and potatoes diet, and he has 2, 3, maybe 4 Bud Lights a day. Let
Yeah.
the man have what he wants.
Absolutely.
He's clearly doing something right.
It's a good thing he doesn't drink real beer.
I know, right?
It might be a problem, yeah. But
I just think of, when I think of Grandpa, I think of Burgess Meredith in the second, in Grumpier Old Men.
yeah,
When he's sitting there on the couch by the river talking about how he eats bacon for every meal, and then he usually drinks his dinner.
yeah.
And he's like, all the experts say I should have died a long time ago, but they keep dying and I'm still here.
Yep, that's right.
And I just keep thinking that is Grandpa's diet, like the very meat and potatoes and bacon and all that shit. Not as heavy on the beer as those guys in Grumpy Old Men were, but that's Grandpa in a nutshell. But he doesn't talk like that.
He grew up in the mid 20th century on a farm, and I mean that's the farm diet's like the worst diet supposedly in the world, but it's good shit. Some of it,
It is good shit.
It's good shit.
yeah.
Dude, a pot roast with beef and noodles, like a beef and noodles and mashed potatoes. Oh my god, that's so freaking good. Buttered noodles or egg noodles. So freaking good. Anyway, let's move on to wine 4.
Okay, well,
We are
finished 3.
on to the Old World Players Chenin Blanc, and this is from the Western Cape of South Africa. So this one, made on the Western Cape coast. This is a wine, or this wine is a beach babe, kind of like you, Beth. That's what
Kind
it
of
says.
like you or Hugh.
You.
Fuck Hugh.
Another curb joke.
Sorry, I can't.
Whether you're at the beach or just envisioning ocean sounds to decompress from the day, we highly recommend doing it with a glass of Old World Players. Give yourself the gift of this full-bodied dry white wine. I'm not going to say what the profiles are. Made from Chenin Blanc, a grape that has become a signature of warm South Africa. Get to know the Western Cape. The cool maritime climate of the Western Cape is a perfect place to grow Chenin Blanc, the sister of Sauvignon Blanc, but with her own distinct personality. Here at the edge of the Atlantic Ocean, Chenin Blanc gets an incredible amount of sunshine, which gives the wine a loud, punchy, again, another flavor note, flavor. At the same time, cooling breezes off the coast slow ripening down a bit. This back and forth is what brings the final wine into the perfect balance. So this sounds like a California coast kind of climate.
Yeah.
Where it's going to have like that ocean breeze, but like hot with cooler, breezy nights. That's what I'm getting from that description.
Yeah.
How's the smell?
Good.
It's bolder than the other one.
Yeah.
I do like that smell.
It's more floral.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one doesn't have, I don't want to say it doesn't have a ton of flavor, but nothing is really like popping out.
See, I think that's why I've always liked Chenin Blanc. I always got...
It's like soft.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like when I like stuff like, I like to say, and everybody, Sam does give me credit for this. I was the one that brought Prosecco into the family before it was popular.
Yep.
I love that. But like, I like our Frascati because it's not too in your face.
This is similar to that in an unsimilar way.
Similar in an unsimilar way.
Absolutely.
I completely agree with you.
Absolutely.
Like it's gonna have different flavor profiles and
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
You know, that always reminds me of Urine Street, but that's a different story.
no, like
What about on Green Dolphin Street?
That too.
like the flavor is
On
not
Green Dolphin Street.
focus people. So the flavor is not like
This is why
super-
people listen to us, because of shit like this. Fuck
Because-
you.
because the references they don't get yet. Or
Yeah.
they might. Some of them
Yeah.
might.
yeah.
Anyway, what are you guys tasting?
Maybe oh yeah.
Peach.
Grapefruit.
Oh, yeah, I get the grapefruit.
It's a finish of grapefruit.
So
It's mild, but it's a finish of grapefruit.
So it is saying punchy fruit flavors,
Yeah.
but it's specifically listing melon and pineapple.
Really?
Yeah. See, I'm more on you guys' team. I'm getting more grapefruit.
Yeah.
Maybe a touch of melon. A touch.
Yeah, but not pineapple.
No. But the grapefruit, yeah, the grapefruit.
But it's saying it's a full-bodied dry white wine with melon and pineapple flavors, minerality, and a bracing acidity.
I like this.
I do too. But I always like Chenin Blanc.
Yeah.
Herringer's always did a really good Chenin Blanc, and for a while they were doing a sparkling Chenin Blanc that I really liked.
Yep.
But this one, they're saying the generous fruit in this wine will pair perfectly with scallops over risotto.
I feel that.
Oysters with Bignonette. What's Bignonette? That's a French dish. I don't know. Salmon salad or tuna steak over a bed of arugula.
That would
So
be good.
yeah. Vivino gives this 3.5 stars with 290 or 239 ratings. What do you guys think? Like, this would be up with like, if we were gonna. I'm saying like we said, it's like our first Scotty, but it's not.
Yeah.
Because it's a unassuming, light, like crisp. It's light bodied.
Yeah.
We're not into heavy whites.
Right.
Like Sauvignon Blanc is, okay. I cannot stand Chardonnay. I like our Chardonnay because it's not oaked and it's
Yeah.
not like, I do not like an oak.
I like an oak Chardonnay, but
I do not.
I wouldn't go out of my way for it. But
I never have, and
like
I
it.
don't know why.
I don't go out of my way for anything white, so
Yeah.
Not even for Scotty.
including people. Just kidding.
That was an awesome
Sorry.
joke.
Sorry, everyone.
That was amazing.
You know, most of our viewers are probably white people.
That's fine.
That you're
Sorry.
insulting the
Dad,
shit out of them.
I sent Beth a meme the other day that said something about
I say that's white people shit a lot for someone who is in fact white.
yeah.
You better be careful because we're right in the dead center of white people country here too.
Yeah, I know.
Up in Harmony, Pennsylvania.
Sorry, I just like my people with a little bit of ethnicity to them,
Yeah, me too.
a little culture.
Well, I did say something about how you like white people tacos earlier, so
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
because that's another distinction, like white people cheese that we have.
we're all going to hell.
Well, we know that.
That's why I might as well have fun.
It's okay. All the best family members are probably already down there
That's a good
chilling some of this wine for us.
Yeah.
Good point. No, I definitely taste grapefruit.
Yeah, I do too. So that's another thing where like taste is so subjective. Like your flavor profiles are gonna be different, and I'm learning a lot of that from my wine classes. We have 2 projects per class that we post on the message boards,
Yeah.
and a lot of our stuff is in line, but a lot of our stuff is also different.
Yeah.
Like Dad, that project we did the other day where we were fortifying wine with vodka.
Yeah.
Some people were saying they got a longer finish from the one where the alcohol was added. It was pretty well split.
Yeah.
We thought the taste fell flat as soon as you tried that one.
Yeah.
Some people were saying that. Some people were saying they got a longer finish from it.
Yeah.
Now, that could be entirely subjective to taste, or it could be the type of wine they're blending it with, or whatever. There's so many different factors.
And it might be what you're looking for. I mean,
It could be.
basically, the vodka would add an alcohol finish.
Right. It's going to be a strong alcohol
to
taste,
us,
but those flavor profiles are gone.
Yeah, but to us, more of a finish would be more of a fruit or a
Yes.
tobacco or something like that.
Right.
And I think it definitely took away from that. It did replace it with an alcohol finish, but that's not
Without a doubt.
classically
There
what we
was a
would call it.
lingering alcohol taste from the
Yeah.
vodka, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. All right, let's move on to
Something red.
number 5. Yeah, it is the Secrets Revealed Red Blend from Portugal. And as we are realizing, we like Portuguese wines.
Yeah.
Do you remember the time Gavin was at the restaurant? Gavin Page,
Oh yeah.
our cousin's
little cousin?
our cousin's kid. He I told him to go inside and tell Anna I wanted something red, and he goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "Just go tell her. She'll know what it means." So Anna walks out with a big water glass full of wine, and she goes, "He said you wanted. Aunt Bethy wants something red. Is this what you meant?" And I was like, "It sure is. Good job."
Good job,
He
Gavin.
was like 3 at the time.
He was. Good job, Gavin. All right.
Aunt Bethy wants something red.
So the Secrets Revealed Red Blend, a tsunami of red wine. Secrets Revealed is a powerful force of nature. You're going to want to sit down and batten down the hatches for this one. If you love a bold, dry red wine with a larger than life personality, save this one for a treat yourself moment, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so we're all going to like this one.
We're all going to treat ourselves right now.
Oh, look at that color. Oh, I
Yeah.
like that.
How are we looking
I
over there,
like
Zachary?
that. I like that. Portugal has it all, and not everyone knows it quite yet. Portugal has sandy beaches, crystal blue water. Nice catch, Dad.
Thank you.
Breathtaking architecture, and a vibrant wine scene that has been flying under the radar for centuries. Right on the coast of the Iberian Peninsula, Portuguese winemakers have kept their powerful, dry red wines a secret for a long time. But now the secret is getting out, and everyone wants a taste of the plentiful native Portuguese grapes. Consider Secrets Revealed our little way of letting you into our inner circle.
That one's really good too.
Just
Holy
based on how
baloney.
much we like bold stuff, I know we're going to like this. And it's Portuguese, which, again, not different from Italian and Spanish. Not too different. Oh, I like the smell.
So which one of ours would you say this reminds
Too
you
old to
of?
go. I only took one sip. Let me try again. Yeah, too old to go. Maybe Petite Syrah. No, Alianico.
No, Troll to go.
Was it too old to
but
go?
It's smoothed out. It's more
It's-
like the
it's-
Polentone.
It is more like my Polentone. You're right.
It is. Yeah.
You're right. It is just like my Polentone.
Why is that?
Well, it's got the harsh tannins
But they're
that are
smoothed out.
smoothed out by something that's less tannin.
I wonder
Okay.
what does it say what the blend is?
Indigenous Portuguese grape varieties.
So no.
Nope.
I'm gonna have to see if Vimino.
Voluptuous texture and smooth tannins. I mean, that's Polentone.
That's
yeah.
my Polentone.
Yeah,
Which
this is it has a little different flavors, but this is mouthfeel and everything. It's almost identical.
it's got the boldness and the tannins
Yeah.
of the Tirol to go in our
Yeah.
Polentone, but that smoothness that the Barbera adds to it.
Yeah.
You're right. This is our Polentone. Yeah, because on the first
They
try,
stole it.
how
Fucking
dare they?
Polenta eaters.
How dare they steal my wine that I came up with 6 months ago?
How dare you?
No, it was earlier than that. It was last year because we were still at the restaurant.
Yeah.
But what are you guys tasting?
Took my CD in broad daylight and
Polentone.
scratched it.
Oh, I like these flavor profiles.
Whoa.
I like these. So I only picked up on one of these.
It's like an adventure in my mouth.
I like that.
It is.
Sounds so gross.
It does sound gross, but that is such a good way to put it though.
I got chocolate, dark chocolate, dirt,
Not seeing that, but I
leather.
oh wait, no,
The ground.
It does say earth. It does say earth and wood. So you got
Just
that.
so everybody
there's
knows,
no
if I
doubt
say
about
dirt,
earth,
I mean
Earthy.
Earth.
Earth, yeah.
It's like licking the
Well,
ground.
no, they do say
Except
that,
in
yeah.
Utah, that's a totally different situation.
Which I did make you do.
Yeah, I licked the salt flats
It
once.
was not hard to make you do that.
No, I actually wanted to.
No, I texted you when Dad and I were on our way out there and said, "Hey, do me a favor." And you're like, "I'm scared." And I said, "Don't be scared. I just want to know if the salt flats are actually salty. Can you do me a favor when you come
course
out
they
here
are.
and can you lick the ground?" And you said, "Fuck yeah, I
I
can."
licked the Bonneville salt flats. I've also
I'm
licked
pretty
the
sure-
Himalayan salt lamp before.
Yeah, I know. You kept licking my lamp.
Oh, tasted good.
It does
I'm like a
taste good.
deer.
You are like a deer. Anyway, what are the other profiles you guys are getting? You guys are gonna love this when you
Guess I'm
actually
not
hear
like a
what it
doll.
is. So you definitely got the earth and wood. You're such a fucking child.
I'm 33 years old now.
Do you remember? Obviously, you remember when we were at Joe and Kara's and that little girl looked at you and said, "Are you a kid or a grown up?" And you said, "I'm not
That
really
was
sure."
a dance.
Oh, was it a dance?
Excuse me, are you a kid or a grown up?
And
I
you
was
look
like,
at me and laugh, and
I
you're
don't
like,
really know.
"I don't know."
I said,
And-
which one do you need?
And that poor little girl had no idea what to do.
You know, maybe like raisin.
She was fine.
I can see that. I can see that.
Aren't
So,
grapes technically raisins?
Yeah.
so the ones they're saying are a thundering blackberry,
Okay.
fig jam,
Oh, fig jam.
and pomegranate.
Oh.
Interesting,
Yeah.
huh? I really like this wine. And which one's this? The Secrets Revealed? Okay. Beth got to take one. I'm taking one.
Fig jam reminds me of Phil Mickelson.
Why is that?
A friend of mine that follows golf closely. The players on the tour don't like him.
Phil Mickelson?
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, I
yeah.
can see that. He
So they-
seems a little arrogant.
They call him Fig Jam. Fuck,
Which-
I'm great. Just ask me.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Well, fig jam is great. So that is a good acronym for actual
Yeah.
fig jam
Yeah.
because fig jam is amazing.
I could see him being an asshole, but
Yeah.
I like him. I think I like him because he's a lefty.
Yeah.
Well,
A little soft
you poor
spot.
lefties got to look up to every lefty you can.
We do.
So now we're going to get sued by Phil Mickelson.
And he won a Masters at like what? Like how old is he? 60 something?
Yeah.
And he won he wasn't even supposed to like qualify and he won.
Oh, so
I would
you
have
guys
won a lot of money if I would have bet on Phil
you guys are
Mickelson.
gonna like the food pairings for this.
Okay.
So it says it's best enjoyed with protein centric meals like spaghetti and meatballs, hanger steak, and it's saying like a portobello mushroom burger. But to pair with charcuterie, find the sharpest, hardest cheeses you can get, like Pecorino Romano, a good cheddar, and Gruyere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be good.
yeah. Jesus, this only has a
Where?
3.2 star.
See, I would call it a 5.3.
I would too. This is a fucking phenomenal
But see,
wine.
again,
It's subject- it's the Pinot
don't
Noir
like
wine
they don't like
drinkers.
the real wines. What I call real wines.
No, I absolutely agree with you. Yeah, this is 3.2 stars with only 308 ratings, which is low compared to a lot of them because some of them are up in the thousands. But this is a damn good wine.
You know, it would be interesting to see, and I know this could never happen, but it would be interesting to see if they felt the same way on a blind tasting. And I would
before
say
they're looking at a label.
before
and,
they're looking at Portugal, and
yeah.
Yeah.
Like seeing where it's from and what
Right.
it is and all that. Or you know, and blind tasting in a cup that you can't even see the color.
yeah,
You don't want to
And
see the color.
the same as the what was the other one? It was from Bulgaria.
Oh, yeah, the first
That
one.
would do better in a blind tasting
That
because
Bulgarian Cabernet.
everybody knows that Bulgarians can't make wine. I mean, that's
Right.
well, all the wine snobs know anyway. We don't know that, but the wine snobs know it.
Well, I mean, what was that? There's a video about how that California wine beat out that French one.
Oh yeah,
What's the Judgment of
The
Paris?
Judgment of Paris. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
In a wine competition, a blind taste test,
1972 or 76. I can't
Somewhere in
remember
there,
what it was,
yeah.
but it's in there. Yeah.
a California red beat out all the best wines in the
Well,
world. Or all the
they recently repeated that.
yeah.
It didn't make a lot of publicity, but the California wines kicked ass.
It's all subjective. Look at
Yeah.
freaking Caliente getting the best pizza in the world.
Yeah.
Well,
I-
they have good pizza, but
They
come
do
on,
have good
yeah.
pizza, but I wouldn't say that. But
No, I'm sorry, it's Americanized pizza.
Yeah, it's American
is.
pizza. Yeah,
well, and that's the thing though. Like
It's very good, but
yeah.
that's the thing though between like wine and pizza are two totally different
Yeah,
things.
but-
Wine only has so much like difference.
Okay, but
Pizza styles are totally
when they
different.
do this pizza test though, it's like the rules are like basically fudged to not have the best one win. I'm sorry, it's the truth.
No, I believe you.
Because it has to stand up in a certain, like you have to be able to fold it and it doesn't lose its toppings, and it's like nuts. There's all kinds of, no, I'm serious. There's
No,
all kinds of
I
crazy
feel you.
rules. And it's
they're
like,
they're not the Neapolitan pizza
No.
rules. No. All right, we have one wine left. It's
you fold New York pizza so it's everything stays together.
Did I
God
tell you?
damn it! Who made this dipping oil? Son of a bitch. That's good.
Did I tell you how we used to eat the pizzas in Rome? They wouldn't cut them. It was a big round circle that wasn't cut. We just fold it in half.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
this, like
I didn't
the
know if you
calzone,
meant
but-
that or when you go and just give them one of these.
No, not the grandma pies. No.
I started watching that Eugene Levy thing yesterday. I don't know
Tell
if
me.
anybody's seen it, but
No, tell me. I want to
think
hear
they
all about
did,
it.
They did something in Italy, but I didn't watch.
You saw the Finland one first, right?
I watched the Finland one. I'm not done, but it's called what the hell is it called? The Hesitant Traveler or something. He apparently he reminds me of Dad. Like he doesn't want to go anywhere. But
yeah,
like
but Dad actually enjoyed Europe.
well, but the thing is, then when he gets there and he does like the cultural shit, he's like, all right, this is actually cooler than I thought, or whatever.
Well, and that's the thing, though. Mom is taking Dad on beach vacations, and Dad is not a beach vacation guy. Dad is a cultural foodie. Dad is the original foodie.
Sorry, I'm laughing at this label.
Oh,
You
the
look
ones
at it,
with the
it's
dog.
hilarious.
Yeah, the dog with it's a Chihuahua with like pink bike glasses.
It's a rosé.
Pink goggles.
Pink. They're like but they're like motorcycle goggles.
Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah, but it's,
Any of you, speaking of Eugene Levy, any of you watching Only Murders in the Building?
I watched the
not
first
yet.
season.
But I was the
and
one
then
that sent that to you that he's going to be in it.
And and it's awesome without him.
Yeah.
It's going to be really good. I mean, the whole
Well,
thing.
I mean, when you have Steve Martin and Martin Short, it's going to be
Yeah, I have to
freaking
start
phenomenal.
over.
Wait a minute. Steve Martin and Martin Short with
Selena Gomez.
yeah, who's like not a match for them. Except you know what her name is on the show?
What?
Mabel.
I love it.
And I mean, she's just like the total opposite of the two of them. And they get along great.
Yeah, I watched the
That's
first.
funny as hell.
The first probably season. How many seasons are there?
There's probably 3, I think.
I think I watched the first one, and then I don't know. I was watching it when we still had the restaurant, so it
Yeah.
was anything that I watched when we had the restaurant. To me, it unfortunately doesn't count.
No, I'm totally with you.
So I will give it another
I'm
shot. though.
rewatching Ted Lasso for the same reason.
Yeah, I mean that's what I like. I watched Ted Lasso when I had COVID, and I was on some
Ted Lasso
things.
is freaking hilarious, by the way.
I might have drank a lot and
Well,
did some other recreational things.
Yeah.
you know. Who else is coming to season 4 though? It wasn't Julia Louis-Dreyfus, was it?
No, it was
There was somebody else really good coming.
yeah,
But I can't remember who it was.
a woman.
Yeah. I don't know why I
Well,
thought
she
it
said
was,
somebody really good, so it has to be a woman.
yeah, but I don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, International Women's Day was yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's an
fine.
international
It's fine.
woman's life.
Who run the world?
We do.
That's right. As spoken by Beyonce.
Yeah. They once.
All right, so let's get into this last
All right.
fucking one
Happily
here.
ever rosé. So it's
Oh,
once
what rosé?
Yeah.
Rosé's a white to me. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit.
So it's a once upon a time rosé from France. Happily ever after might be too much to ask, but the perfect glass of rosé, definitely not too much to ask. We made this wine to be the thing fairy tale dreams are made of. Light as a feather, dry and bursting with some flavors I'm not going to mention. It's everything you could want. So be sure to pair it with a nap on a hammock. Oh shit, this is right up my alley. A cool evening on the back porch or your favorite Disney movie,
Now, this might be very good.
but not yours.
No, well,
Not your
no. What I'm saying, this is a stretch to call this a rosé.
The color is very.
I mean, it's a white.
It's pink tinged.
Yeah, very little pink tinge,
It's like
which is not a positive or a negative as far as I'm concerned.
it's
That's
like
just how the
you can't even call it peach.
no.
Like it has a like if you look just at the top of it, like so
Yeah,
the ring right at the top looks like slightly pink tinged,
Yeah.
but the rest of it does not look pink at all.
yeah.
It is very like aromatic though.
Yeah.
I like the smell of it.
Yeah.
I like a good rosé, depending on like I have to be in the mood for it, and it has to be like I don't know, a special like a freaking. There's a weird occasion that I have to like. I'm not going to go out of my way for a rosé, but I do like it when I have it, depending on what it is. What are you guys tasting here?
You know, with the rosé, I have to open up my horizons a little bit. I mean, you know, and I up until we did ours, I wouldn't even give a rosé a second chance.
And you know why you did that? Because I ordered it behind your back.
Yeah, but not only that, but because of the Riuniti shit that they used to, you know, that these rosés. I forget what was.
No, you're thinking of like a freaking
Matus rosé.
Well,
which was a Portuguese rosé when the Portuguese were making shit. That was when I was growing up. I used to call it
assumed
Mateus.
you were associating them with wine spritzers, like the ones in the beer bottles.
Yeah, because they were sweet, most of them too.
The pink ones in the beer bottles that my aunts always drank at Christmas.
Yeah, well, I used to think it was Mateus Rose.
Well,
Mateus Rose.
Yeah.
Rose. You know.
Yeah. You know.
The original rosé makers. The reason why we all love pink wine, not a pink wine. The people of France are true trendsetters when it comes to this one. Along the southern coast of France, the Mediterranean brings sea breezes to the vineyards where these lightly fruity grapes hang, ripen in the summer, all summer long. The grapes are gently pressed. This looks like a free run.
Gently.
This looks like a free run.
It probably is.
This doesn't even look like it was pressed. It looks like a free run.
That's when you just throw them in the barrel and
they
just let it run out.
Let the juice run out. You're not pressing it at all.
Unless it was a red and a white grape.
Yeah. If
Do
there's
they do that to keep it a lighter color and keep
to keep
the
it from
tannins
being-
out?
Yeah.
Definitely tannins. Yeah,
Okay.
they don't want the phenolics, like the tannins and just like all that stuff. Yeah.
That's for the Pinot Noir pussies that do that.
Yeah. The grapes does say they are gently pressed in a traditional fashion, rosé de presse, which makes the grapes soft, subtle, and aromatic. Rosé with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, we're not kidding. This stuff goes with everything.
Okay.
Dad disagrees.
Well, you know what? Let's put
whatever.
it this way. This is a decent wine for a non-Papa Joe.
Yeah. It will fit.
You know, there are two kinds of people in this world. There's Papa Joes and non-Papa Joes.
Okay.
Thank God
Or I
there are
should
not
say
more
there
Papa
are Papa
Joes.
Joes and those who want to be Papa Joes, but that's a different story.
Okay,
too.
Ida.
Yeah.
Oh, Maron.
It will fit in perfectly at brunch. Shrimp and grits, anyone? But it will also make a banging side with that BLT you've been eyeing for lunch.
How are the grits cooked? Regular, creamy, or al dente?
Yep.
No, you have to tell me. Doesn't say?
No, it doesn't.
Al
Then-
dente. Is there any other way?
Well, if they say shrimp and grits, anyone, I don't want regular.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you're good and save your wine for dinner, we commend you. Who the hell's starting a dinner?
It's dumb.
See, to me,
What?
this
I'm laughing because you and me are like, yeah, let's start drinking early, and Dad's like,
You think there's any residual sugar in here?
very, very little, but there is a touch, tiny bit. Anyway,
I think it's more than a fruit flavor. I think it is residual sugar a little bit.
if you're good and save this wine for dinner, you will find that this light rosé pairs with everything from a salad to creamy Tuscan chicken.
That makes sense. I also think it'd be a dessert wine too.
I could do this as a dessert wine.
We're having
It's not-
polenta for dinner, I just decided.
Okay.
I could do this.
Polenta and meatballs.
I could do this with
Like
Enrico
polenta, Zach?
Biscotti,
Sweet.
Which one?
anise and almond.
Gotta go home
You
and
think?
That's my favorite. But
get some
Well,
sauce
that's
and
the
meatballs.
traditional one.
yeah,
Best having her own little conversation over
I'm
there.
having a conversation with Zach. He's just nodding and smiling. He likes polenta. We're having polenta for dinner.
okay.
Anyway, Vivino gave this 3.1 stars with 222 ratings.
I make excellent polenta.
I'm an excellent driver.
Not the other day. On the way to your house, Dad blew through a stop
No,
sign.
don't
Hey,
don't
whoa.
don't throw him under the bus on the podcast.
No,
What's wrong with you?
Some guy he didn't blow through it, but he stopped and
He
then
obviously doesn't want
Listen.
you to tell this story
he
on the
doesn't care.
podcast.
No, see, he stopped fast, but like this other guy stopped at the same time as him, and this other guy had massive road rage and was like honking at him like crazy the whole way up the hill.
Well, you know what happened, and I could see why he did what he did. I mean, he was ahead of me. There's no doubt about it.
But that was aggressive.
But I missed him.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was aggressive.
I didn't see him, and I started to step on the gas, and he started to step on the gas at the same time.
But you have a Tesla.
And I thought that the easiest way to avoid a problem was to accelerate rather than to put the brake on. So I just shot out.
No,
and I could see why it pissed him off.
I'm in a Tesla, bitch.
Yeah, but that guy was aggressive.
No, he was aggressive, but I could see why it pissed him off.
That guy slowed down at the top of the hill when we were turning and was like honking next to the window.
I would, 30 years ago, I might have done that.
You would have been that aggressive?
I might have 30 years ago. Now,
Nothing's that worth it.
No.
Get over it. And
Except for the game tonight.
What?
Different, huh?
he'll be that
game
aggressive
tonight,
on the way to the game.
Oh,
That's important.
yeah, hell yeah. Hail the pit.
We were driving through Maria's neighborhood the one day, with full of speed bumps. And I like told him he was coming up on it a little fast. I was like, Dad, there's a speed bump. And he's like, oh. And we hit it a little hard. And then the next one he comes up on, he's like, I saw that one. I was like, yeah, but you missed the stop sign.
God.
Well, I was concentrating on the speed bump. They shouldn't do that.
They shouldn't do.
Good point.
That neighborhood has a lot of freaking speed bumps. Anyway, this has been Wines Around the World Part 3.
Is this the last one?
No, we have one more.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I just like to drink wine. I don't know what else to tell you.
That's
none
okay.
of them.
We're going to drink wine with the Poveda one, too.
Okay, cool.
Well, the great thing is probably the Polentone.
Yeah.
Yeah. The great thing about this is none of them tasted like Boscov's.
Yeah, that's a good
No,
point.
they were all good wines.
I would have told you.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll tell you what, these are all good wines that would be classified by wine snobs as mediocre. They would be called Vino da Tavola, table wine.
In each of their countries, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I don't buy expensive wine, because
I never spend more than $20 to $25 on a bottle,
it couldn't be much
except
better.
for your birthday.
Yeah,
Because
it
I wanna
couldn't
get-
be
I wanna
much
treat
better
you.
than this. I mean, I've tasted some really more expensive wines.
I know you hate that, but I like to buy you a nice bottle of wine for your birthday.
That's okay. I mean, I get it.
Every once in a while.
No,
yeah.
like a nice bottle, like a $50 bottle of Barolo is different.
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. We're getting him a
But
Barolo once a year.
Even so, a $50 or a $75 bottle of Barolo, is it much better than any of these? I don't think so.
Sometimes.
I don't think so. But
Sometimes.
again, it's a personal thing.
Okay. I get to do my pitch spiel real quick.
Yeah,
'cause
go ahead.
Let's go.
I'm only on the podcast because this is my platform to talk about pit sports. That's the only reason I'm here. Just kidding.
Because we gave you a microphone.
No, let's shout out our guys tonight.
Let's shout them
Big
out.
game. Everybody's been playing really well. Pitt's been playing as well as anybody in the country lately.
Yep.
I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to have this not age well or anything, but we do need to give a shout out to our 3 seniors that are walking tonight.
Yep.
First one is KJ Marshall, which I've never seen KJ Marshall and AJ Israel in the same room at the same time. So they could be the same person. They look dangerously alike. So you can't convince me that they're not.
We miss you,
There's
AJ.
no
Come home soon.
coincidence that AJ's telling us he's in the Bahamas right
Yeah, AJ says he's in the Bahamas. I don't know that Katie's ever seen AJ at her house during a Pitt basketball game. So
He always claims he's in his room studying.
that's what I'm saying. I think he's down practicing at the Pete.
Yeah.
But anyway, so AJ, KJ Marshall, Will Jeffress. We don't know what he's gonna do after tonight. We hope he comes back next year. But
Whatever he does, he's making Erie proud.
yep, from Erie, Pennsylvania, McDowell High School. Will Jeffress, great kid. He came into the restaurant a couple times. We love
Oh, he's so nice.
we love Will. He's a really nice guy.
Such a nice guy.
And just he's like the piece. He's kind of like the Rob Scuderi. He does what you need him to do.
Yep.
now.
He never gets all of the attention or all of the accolades, but he does what you need him to do. And he seems like he's just the guy that's willing to do anything to win. And I don't know that there's ever been a player that I've enjoyed watching more than Blake Hinson. And I wish we would have got him for 2 years or more than 2 years. But as much as anybody has helped turn this program around, obviously our coaching staff that's been here the last 6 years has done a great job. But I think any one of them would tell you that they're not where they are today without Blake Hinson and Blake used to come into the restaurant and stuff, and
Sweetest guy.
he's funny, he's nice, and he's just genuine. And
he was so good with the girls when they were there.
Yeah, and he works as hard as the people of the city of Pittsburgh are supposed to. And we can't thank Blake and Will and AJ. I keep wanting to call him AJ. Jesus Christ.
Anybody
That's
who will
Dad's
sit in
fault.
color with my granddaughters, I love.
Yeah, Blake Hinson sat and had a coloring party with the girls once, and he's going to be in the NBA next year, so that's pretty cool. But
he should have drawn them a picture.
Any kid that can just go out there and just play the way he wants to play and have a good time and stand on the scores table at Cameron Indoor Stadium and get
Coach wears
800 middle fingers.
And then Coach wears that hoodie this
Yeah,
week.
this kid has been a pleasure to watch. He's been a pleasure to get to know as a person, and we're going to miss him, but we know that, he's always going to be a Pitt Panther. So
After the season, what's the chance of scoring him on the podcast?
we can see what we can do.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll give it a
That
shot.
would be-
We'll
that
give
would
it a
be
shot.
awesome. We got to get Jason too, though.
Yeah, maybe we'll get them both at the same time and
maybe.
just see what the hell happens.
Yeah.
But anyway, good luck tonight, guys. Let's get a win. Let's keep on going in the right direction. Papa Joe and I are headed to the
Can I say one
ACC
thing?
tournament next week.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Those freaking Capels have done a freaking phenomenal
Hey,
job.
in Milan and T.O.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I am so proud of this freaking coaching staff. I sound like freaking Tyler Palco without the I'm so proud of this fucking football team.
Yeah.
Let's
You
do
know,
it.
And we feel especially strongly about that because we loved those guys from the beginning when everybody else, when so many people in Pittsburgh
Because
thought
we
that-
knew the guys behind the scenes.
thought that if you took over a failed program that was 0-18 in the ACC and didn't get to the Final Four in 3 years, you were a failure. Which
Pittsburgh is such
total
a hard
bullshit.
town.
Yeah, they are. It's bullshit.
They have unrealistic expectations.
and they
They
always
do.
They do.
they faulted him on the recruiting. I mean, I've had people say he should have just recruited like Jamie Dixon and just stuck to the 3 stars and tried to make a team out of that. And it's like that's very short-sighted.
Yeah.
It is.
But the problem is until you make a name for yourself here, Pittsburgh is not a destination, and that's what the Yinzers
Right.
don't understand. Pittsburgh is not. Everybody's not breaking down the door to come to Pittsburgh.
That's the thing. If you are being recruited by Duke, UNC, somebody like that versus Pitt, what are you going to pick?
Even Jeff has said that before he got the job here, that when he'd come here, he's always been a Steeler fan, but he'd come here with Duke, and you land, you go to the hotel, you go to the Pete, you do your shoot around the night before, you get some food from somewhere, you go back to the hotel, you play the game, you go to the airport, and you leave.
Yeah.
He said, if you don't ever get to see the city of Pittsburgh, you don't know that you like it or don't.
Right.
And he said, when I got here and actually got to go out and see the city, I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Probably helped that he had some good Italian food.
well,
when he
yeah,
got
I'm
here.
You
sure
know-
it definitely did.
And this will probably piss off some of the Yinzers.
Go ahead, get
too,
'em.
but You know what? And I like Pittsburgh.
I'll attack them
I
too.
like Pittsburgh, and I like Pittsburgh a lot. But I grew up in Erie, and we were about equidistant between Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and Cleveland.
Yeah.
And you know what?
And
I
you
like
grew
Buffalo
up a
and
Green
Cleveland
Bay
too.
fan.
Yeah, but I like Buffalo and Cleveland too. Pittsburgh is as nice, but no nicer of a city than Buffalo and Cleveland.
Right.
I mean,
I
it's
agree.
just there are things that are good about it, things that aren't so nice about it. It's a great place to be. I wouldn't want to move from here.
Well, that's the thing. We moved here when we were kids.
Yeah.
I love it here.
But unless if you're looking at trying to recruit against Penn State and Ohio State, I mean, those are places that have a 30, 40, 50-year history.
Those are powerhouses.
They're not as nice to come to as Pittsburgh,
Right.
but
Dude, Happy Valley kind of sucks.
they have a history, and that's what people didn't realize. And I think Jeff in 7 years has done a fucking remarkable
This is only year
job.
6.
6. Done a fucking remarkable
Well,
job of making this the kind of destination that it wasn't 5 years ago.
And to even get in on some of these kids that like nobody else ever would have even tried to recruit here.
Yeah.
But I do have to say, and I'm going to give him the credit because he won't give it to himself
No, he won't.
because he's humble.
He is
Yeah.
the most humble.
But the other night, after the Florida State game, I think it was, or it might have been after the Boston College game. It was one of the two. He mentioned, giving the credit to Heather, which she deserves it.
Yeah.
Heather's been
The
freaking
chancellor,
amazing, yeah.
the what do you call him? The president of the university, like whatever. He basically said, for having the patience to let them do their thing and let them.
Especially when they've had people
But
up
well,
their
hold
ass.
on. He said he had to give all the credit to them for being patient and letting them do what they do, but he deserves a ton of credit for being able to shut out the people that unrealistically and unnecessarily judge the job that they were doing. You have to give him credit for sticking through it and not giving a shit about the outside noise.
Yeah.
And just continuing to do what he said he would do day one.
Right.
He, every day they show up, they don't make excuses, they keep their promises, all those things that he's instilled in his team since day one. And you can see that that's what they still do. And they don't care what the outside people say. They don't listen to the outside noise, and that's what you have to do.
And they shouldn't.
But for him to be patient with the people that doubted him, and I'll never forget this. I wanted to fight people in the Peterson Event
Oh,
Center.
I remember.
Not even less than 2.5 years ago, there were people chanting "Fire Capel,"
I know.
and I was ready to go and fight people.
That's because that's our fucking family.
Well, it is, but it's not even just that. I mean, that takes it to a whole different level.
It really does.
That nobody else could even understand. So I won't even go into that. But just to have taken the program from where it was when he got here, and to never just say, you know what, I don't deserve to be treated this way, because he didn't.
No.
Yeah.
And to just keep his head down, keep fighting, keep working, and I'm just so proud of what they've accomplished. And back-to-back 21 seasons since 2000, for the first time since 2014.
Yeah.
We're knocking on the door. I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to jinx anything. But no matter how this season ends, I'm really proud of this team and how they've come along. And it's a great credit to the people that kept Jeff around.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And also to the people that are involved in this stuff every day. They've worked really hard. So just really proud of them.
Well,
and proud to call them our family.
Well, I'm and all three of us have always been Jamie Dixon fans, and we still like
were,
Jamie
yeah.
Dixon. But I mean, being fair, do you think Jamie ever could have gotten Bub and
No.
and J-Lo?
But he never
I mean,
he never even would have thrown his hat
I
in the
know,
ring.
wouldn't have
but
tried.
he knew that. I mean, he just didn't have the people that traveled in those circles.
Yeah.
I mean, he got the tough guys from New York, which was awesome. We loved it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
he was
you
good
know,
for
the gritty, dirty
Krausers
And the
yeah.
tough guy from Pittsburgh, DeJuan Blair. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. I
Right.
mean, it was great, but I mean, in the kind of past basketball they play in the ACC, you're not going to win the ACC with that kind of a player.
Right.
And
And I think
you might do it once every 30 years.
I think Jeff's probably got that mentality of, and I know he does. What's the worst thing they can do is say no.
Yeah.
But if you don't try and you don't put in the effort, then they can't say yes either.
You have
I
to
mean,
try.
people were laughing at him.
Yeah.
I mean, when Afton Reed, I mean, they were, people around here were saying, oh, he couldn't even get Afton Reed when somebody else threw a couple $100K at him.
Yeah. Before it was allowed, by the
But
way.
you know what? I mean, but again, that was 2 years before. And I think if it was the year that they got J-Lo and Bub, they probably would have gotten Afton Reed.
Yeah, they might have. And that's the thing too, is just that you we've been right there with so many, like, even 5-star guys.
Yeah.
We've been, and then the narrative is, oh, well, they got in the top 2, but they didn't get them, so it's a failure. That's not the case. There's never been this opportunity or potential or even a chance.
I
like
will
there's
not
been.
listen to a city that
I
gives.
don't listen to anybody.
Well,
either,
I will
but-
not give it. I will not give the time of day to a city. I will not give the time of day. I will not give the time of day to a city that wants to tell me that Mike Tomlin sucks as a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
That
agree.
is where I'm at.
No, seriously.
No,
Let's do it.
Oh, come on.
no.
Okay.
That's our fan base. No. No.
God.
No, you know what? If you ever wanted our family fired, fuck you. Fuck you.
Well, okay. I'm okay with that, but I'm not calling out the city as a whole.
I am.
I'm not
I
calling
am
out the
too,
city.
but-
I'm not.
All right.
Okay.
Well, anyway,
Because for every
Well, Katie's-
9 of them,
Katie's censoring
there are
us.
one of us. There are some good people out there.
No, they're
that
all good
and that's
people.
why I'm not going to call out.
No,
well,
they're
no,
all
I'm not
good
saying they're not.
people.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying there are the supporters. They're few and far between, but I'm not going to call out the whole damn city.
They're misguided good people.
Okay.
anyway, going forward, I am going to take the last 10 to 15 minutes of the podcast to talk about Pitt.
We already did.
I know. I'm just saying, going forward,
Oh, okay.
we are going to take the last 10 to 15 minutes of a podcast to talk about Pitt.
Okay.
Because I give my time to what you do. You need to give your time to what I do.
Well, and what's more red sauce than Pitt?
That's exactly it.
You know, really.
And
Seriously.
finally,
Jason is the most Italian man I've ever met in my life.
I have to thank one more person before we get off today. Will you allow me the moment?
I wasn't going to stop you.
I would like to thank our lovely, wonderful, handsome producer, Zachary Joe Fistellarico.
Zach, get in here and come take a bow.
He does a great job. He's our behind the scenes, but look how handsome he is.
Oh, look, he's wearing the shirt.
He's going to RIT in the fall.
He's
going
wearing
to
the
study
shirt I got him.
computer engineering. I know nothing about what he's going to do.
To Zachary.
I was the dumbest person at breakfast by far this morning, but I'm okay with that.
That's normal.
I had breakfast with Papa Joe, who's a doctor and also does, every other fucking thing in the world, and the computer engineer at 18.
Okay, but to be fair, this
they started talking about computer chips and shit, and I was like, where are my pancakes?
Zach is smarter than the three of us combined.
No, Dad's
Not always.
Dad'll say that.
Yeah, in a general way, yeah. I mean, there's things that I know because
Life
I'm
experience.
educated.
Because
Life
you've been
experience.
around.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I know a lot of very educated people who are very ignorant.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like the ones that were all over Jeff's ass for years and
Yeah.
Jason's ass.
Yep.
I mean,
Smart dumbasses.
people that
All the people that
Exactly.
exactly fuck this.
Bye.
are educated, work in a job like mine, that takes some brains and takes some education. But those people think that because they
think
do
they
this or
walk
they
on
do
water.
this, they think that they know what makes a basketball coach good and bad.
Right.
And they don't. And I'll argue with them and I'll tell them that I think Jeff is a great basketball coach, but I will not act like an expert.
You know what the thing is, though,
and
is
say
outside
that-
of Pittsburgh, everybody knew that he was going to make it.
Oh yeah.
That's what our friend that
West Durham.
yeah.
We had West Durham at the restaurant a couple years ago, and I said to him, I was like, man, it's been really tough here because I just feel bad for Jeff because it's unrealistic expectations. And he said, no, he goes, just so you know, everybody outside of here knows that he's going to make it.
Yeah.
And it was just getting past that like really hard spot. 2 years ago, I'm sure you guys remember 2 years ago, I had it was the worst week of my life because I was like,
No, I was so stressed.
I didn't know if they were going to make it through it. And I just, you could tell that people that actually know what they're talking about, not people that coach a 6th grade travel team on Thursday nights
Right.
that, have never played past 7th grade basketball want to tell you what Pitt needs. But no, you could, when you have Coach K advocating for you and knowing that you're going to do a good job and make it, that's not just lip service. That's not just blowing smoke
I
up
think
people's
Coach
ass.
K has a little bit more basketball credibility than the average.
Than the guy that coaches at a 6th grade.
Maybe I'm a little naive, but and I was worried just like everybody else, but looking back, I don't think Heather was anywhere near close to letting
I don't
him
think
go.
so either, but
Anyway, we are probably way over time this episode.
Yeah.
we're only at
Zach
an hour
says
and
yes.
17
Zach
minutes.
says yes.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay.
Well, we only have the Pitt fans left anyway, so.
All right. So
Hail to Pitt.
Hail to Pitt.
The
Hail
Capel
to the
fans.
Capels.
All the Yinzers left us.
Hail
Yeah.
to the Capels and
Salute.
cheers to Zach.
Yep. Cheers to our handsome, wonderful, amazing, smart producer, Zachary Joe.
Sorry, ladies, he's taken.
Yep.
Before we end, do you want to talk about what we're going to be doing on the Patreon?
I'll put up a post about that.
Yeah, throw up a little content. Go ahead.
Zach, you know what? You come in here and you talk about it.
Yeah, give him
Come here.
give him a minute of.
You stay in here, Katie. I'm out.
Or no, I'll, if anything, I'll swap with them fast. It's going to be mostly you two doing it.
All right.
No, it's good.
All right.
Getting kicked out.
All right, so basically, with the Patreon, we had it up and running, but I don't think we have any really income from it yet or anything like
Yeah.
that. We haven't had anything to offer yet. So something that Katie wanted to do and that we're going to start looking into is doing Am I the Asshole readings. Yep. So last night,
focus.
yeah, we're going to focus some Italian ones, maybe some Would You Rathers. It's hard to find Italian-focused ones, so something that we can just
work on that.
generally, I think I found some during your recording today, and some other just fun game stuff, like maybe do some games to test how well Beth knows The Sopranos.
Ooh, okay.
So I was thinking about that over there. So yeah, if you want to subscribe, it's like $5 or $10. I think if you do the $10, we'll be willing to read your name off at the end of the podcast. And we're just gonna do games and stuff. And then like those games will be like made as TikToks, or like, you know, clips will be made as TikToks, but you get the full experience through the Patreon and whatever else we come up with, anything exclusive that we want to send out, but not to the most, like, more of the fans themselves other than just the general public will go to there. So if you haven't already, the Patreon should be linked in the description.
Yeah.
So, can we do like some audience interaction ones where they're able to ask questions or bring up topics and stuff?
Whatever you want to do.
All right, cool.
It's just a matter of getting it started.
I only have one rule for when you test me on The Sopranos, and it's fair. It's definitely fair. I do not know episode numbers. I know names for the most part, but you can't be like, hey, and what was the name of the episode that this happened in? Because I just let the shit roll. No, that's easy, but like, you can't be like, in season 6, episode 2, what was the plot of the, you know what I mean?
I don't tell mozzarella.
Yeah, I mean, it's like shit like I
You
don't
know that one.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's my only rule. Other than that, hit me with it. Let's go.
Yeah, so there's a lot to look forward to if you subscribe to the Patreon, and that's all I have to say.
All right.
All right, good.
Who said, so what? No fucking ZD now? Those are fair
AJ.
questions. That's right.
All right.
All right.
With the original Father Phil.
That wasn't KJ. That was AJ.
It wasn't KJ or AJ.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead.
Hail to Pitt.